Imagine telling a court you don't recognize them, but still flying all the way to The Hague to defend your case before them. You tell me? Well, that's exactly what is happening right now in the Guyana-Venezuela territorial dispute. And one person attendance raising eyebrows, plenty of them. Interim President Delcy Rodriguez. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. And always remember, it's good for you to subscribe, like, and share. And I want to thank all my new subscribers for joining in. Today, we are talking about the latest developments coming out of the International Court of Justice in Hague regarding the Guyana-Venezuela Essequibo dispute. Now, Venezuela recently held its oral hearing, but what really stood out to me wasn't just the legal arguments. It was the presence of Delcy Rodriguez, the interim president following the collapse of the Maduro regime. And I have to ask this question. Can you guess what it is? Well, if Venezuela keeps saying they don't recognize ICJ jurisdiction, then why send one of the highest ranking figures in the government to appear there personally? If Venezuela keeps saying they don't recognize the International Court of Justice, the ICJ jurisdiction, then why send one of the highest ranking figures in the government to appear there personally? I wonder why this happening, people. To me, Delcy Rodriguez's attendance tells us this case is much deeper than Venezuela trying to publicly admit. First, this is about optics. Her presence sends a message to Venezuelans that the government still fighting hard for the Essequibo claim.
President, members of the court, this is not an act of disrespect towards this esteemed court. It is an act of unwavering defense of Venezuela's rights, of international law, and of the integrity of this court as the main judicial organ of the United Nations. My presence before this court demonstrates not only the importance that the territory of Guyana-Essequibo holds for us as Venezuelans, it is also clear evidence of the respect we have for the court as an institution.
Nationalism is a powerful political tool, especially during instability. Get that one. Second, I believe this is about legitimacy. Since taking over leadership after Maduro's downfall, Delcy's trying to position herself as the protector of Venezuela's sovereignty. And the Essequibo issue is one of the few topics that unite almost all sides politically inside Venezuela.
Mr. President, Venezuela is ready and prepared to achieve the noble and peaceful purpose of the Geneva Agreement, to reach, by all means at its disposal, a practical, satisfactory, and mutually acceptable solution for the parties. In today's turbulent world, we have reached a historic moment where we can demonstrate that dialogue and negotiation are the path towards coexistence, happiness, and well-being for our peoples. It is time to take a step forward. There's no other way. A high-level bilateral meeting organized by key regional stakeholders will, without doubt, be far more productive and effective in achieving that goal.
But here's a contradiction. I can't ignore. Venezuela standing before a court while simultaneously saying the court has no authority over them.
Proof of this can be found in Guyana's unprecedented and extravagant submissions before this court, which reflect an inexcusable spirit of superiority. Just as colonial empires erased the history of the peoples they sought to dominate, this court is being asked to order the destruction of maps, to prohibit the teaching of history, to eliminate symbols, to tear Guyana-Essequibo from the hearts of Venezuelans. The aim is to erase the memory of a people in order to nullify their future. Annihilating history will never, never legitimize dispossession. The truth will always prevail. Mr. President, this court was created to resolve conflicts, not to encourage conflict. Only a political and negotiated solution to the territorial dispute can lay a solid.
That is like walking into an exam hall saying, I don't accept school, but I still coming to write the test. I think Venezuela knows Guyana case is legally strong, especially concerning the 1899 arbitral award, which intentionally recognized the boundary for over a century. But this issue is no longer just about history. Oil changed everything. Now the Essequibo, tied to energy, regional influence, foreign partnerships, security concerns, and even geopolitical power in the Caribbean and South America. So every move at the Hague right now is carrying a political weight. But I want to hear from all here. Do you think Delcy Rodriguez's presence means Venezuela secretly taking the ICJ more seriously than they are admitting publicly? But I want to hear from all here. Do you think Delcy Rodriguez's presence means Venezuela secretly taking the ICJ more seriously